Well, brothers, few months back I did a video around the premiere of this here Amber Ruffin show. And at the time I was kinda explaining how this was nothing more than a social justice, super woke, anti-American, communistic, Hollywood project for somebody who, up until that moment, I hadn't even heard of, bro. Well, I was right.
Ever since the election, there's been a lot of talk in the media online and maybe even in your white family's group chat about how it's a time to reach out to Republicans who are upset about the election, about how it's important to build bridges to Trump supporters and to find common ground with them. And I just wanted to let each and every person out there know that you 100% absolutely do not have to do that.
This is supposed to be a comedy show, guys. Like, her whole shtick is about, it's supposed to be humorous and funny. But like I explained in the video with her premiere, you could tell from the shtick that she was doing in that promo for this show that this was just more really not funny bullshit. And she's sitting there, well, you and your white families, honestly, who's watching you? Seriously, like who's watching you outside of this? I haven't seen your clips flying all the way around the internet and just lighting the internet on fire because you're oh so hilarious. So like, really, who is watching this? And to be fair, white people and Jewish people aren't the same thing. I'm just saying, white people and Jewish people are not the same thing. It blew my mind when I learned it and watching the movie School Ties. I was like, why, Brendan Fraser? Why is Matt Damon so upset with you? So, yeah, what white people are sitting there taking this bullshit. Here's the thing, beyond anything else, we're supposed to look at each other as countrymen. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, red team, blue team. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you want to go home to your family and love them up. I want to go home to my family and love them up. And we can table the rest of this until tomorrow. Like, that's kind of where it's at. But despite the fact that they are under the belief that they have won the election, you still have hateful individuals like this going on television and telling people in their white family group chats that you don't have to reconcile with your neighbor. You don't have to seek some common ground with them. No. Like, what a bitch.
In all honesty, I would suggest you don't. And here's why. Trump supporters are racist, and if you create a space...
Just in case you ain't pick up on this by now, I'm what the government likes to label as a black man. All right, so I'm there. My family I'm a descendant of American slavery. The plantation was in South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. And so I actually support the president because he's given me no reason not to. Like I've said over the past 3 years, go seek that common ground and you're very likely to find it. Without wasting a whole bunch of time on things that I've been repeating myself, just if you're looking for common ground, you'll easily find it. I promise. But that's not what this mindset, that's not what this ideology is about.
For racists to thrive, they will. And is that something you want? Truly, can Cindy come over to your house and be like, yuck, Mexicans?
Sure. I mean, particularly if it's coming at the end of a really hilarious joke, which none of this is funny.
Because if so, you are providing a safe place for her racism to flourish.
Or just a place for her to be, relaxed and chill. Because I'm trying. If Cindy coming through, you can say whatever you want as long as it's between as long as it's between servings of the meat. Say whatever the hell you want. I don't give a shit. Knock yourself out. I want you nice and comfortable. Because that's the thing. Like, we have to be, particularly in that's what makes your friends your friends, is that you can be comfortable enough to say whatever the hell it is you feel like saying saying to them without them getting all butthurt and reprimanding you for it, or oh my goodness, how dare, like, in the fact that you can't let that type of stuff slide, particularly if it's just the two of us. Like one of the funniest scenes in the movie White Chicks was when when they was sitting there singing the 50 Cent song, and the girls were looking at him like, what, you just said the N-word? Like, yeah, nobody's around. Like, and they all got into one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie that would be completely ruined with your train of thought, your way of thinking. You are not fucking funny.
Don't be like that. Giving a racist your time and energy is like giving a seed water and light. It helps them grow into a flower. But
that's a really shitty analogy. Like, seriously, because, giving a racist your time, because honestly, jokes are jokes. You don't have to be racist to make jokes. And if somebody's comfortable enough to make those types of jokes and stuff like that, let them live. Why? Because you know what they're not doing? They're not going out into the world. Oh, they're not. See, this is what pisses me off the most about, like, this mindset and this ideology, is that, like, people, like, they're not, like, as far as I know, that's not a license. Like, oh man, hey, you make a couple of make some racially insensitive jokes is not the exact same as going out and hunting people based around their skin type. You know what I'm saying? Their skin color. Like, oh man, we're gonna go have us good old fashioned ear drag. No, that's not what they've been doing. We're gonna go out there and beat a beaner into to the end of the dirt. No, that's not what they're doing. It's just jokes. And if no one else is around to get butthurt, don't be the person that gets, but don't be that guy.
Not a normal flower, one of those terrifying flowers from Little Shop of Horrors. You don't owe them anything, especially forgiveness, because it's okay if you don't forgive them for what they've done.
Separating families, empowering, separating family. That started under Obama. Like the whole separating families thing, because she's about to get into, and that's the thing, they didn't do it. They just voted a different way from you. They weren't there. Most people are not in the throes of Washington DC making these decisions. Most people, honestly, they just want to raise their families, in peace, and not have to worry about extracurricular bullshit. And unfortunately, with everything that's going on right now, you're making it impossible for that to just happen. And instead of being instead of appreciating your people for who they are, you're all about who they've decided to vote for. This is disgusting. It really is.
Separating families, empowering white supremacists, bringing back Kid Rock. Your sympathy and empathy are important and necessary gifts, but you don't have to give those gifts away at the expense of your humanity. It is not a white elephant party with your office. It's a red elephant party, and all of their gifts are bad and hate black people.
You know what? Wow. Okay, we're done here. We're done. Because, honestly, just, I really hope that this works out. Please, Trump, pull this out. Please, Trump, pull this out. These folks do not need any more space. They don't need any more space. They don't need any more reason to think that they have to think that they have any power, like, really. And this stuff needs to get the hell off of TV, because, or just like, we are, if Trump pulls this out, we'll be able to get back to that place where products and companies actually gave a shit about making money as opposed to making statements. So with that being said, guys, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring. Check me out on Patreon as well. Links in the description. And speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? This is complete nonsense. This is racist bullshit. And honestly, I like the fact that these assholes keep failing upwards and keep getting more and more and more. You're damn right I'm jealous. Because honestly, like, there's more creativity in a toenail that I pluck off than most of these folks out here get. But they out here right now. But they have teams behind them, and they have shticks and guaranteed ways to get the yuckles, and it's fuck off. But you may disagree, and that's what my comment section's for. Until the next one.